so now we come to the more fun set called 6, all right? The 6th set, classically, and it's our second half of our 3rd section, okay? So remember, we do this for the rotating curriculum, but this one has a lot of history to it, and it's very, very fascinating to me, primarily because it has a lot to do with the evolution of not just Wing Chun, but martial arts generationally, really. So it's really kind of a really cool little set. So the way that we do it, I'm going to show you how we do it first. Then I'm going to show you the building blocks of it from one generation to the next generation to what it is now, okay? So we're going to start off this way. We naturally, the setup of the stance, we're still rooted, and we're still putting our internal adduction and making sure that we're there, okay? So now we start off. This one comes down the center a lot faster than the original one. Before we did it very slowly. Now we throw it right here because in application, we want to make sure that we have that forward pressure coming out quickly, not just slowly. We're not training tendons right now. We're doing more applicable positioning. So we're here, and then we do the jump sao. The elbow comes out. Jump sao means sinking elbow. So this is the kind of structure that you want. And we'll go into application more with the jump sao a little bit later with chi sao stuff. But then the elbow comes down right here as the arm opens up to guat sao, not gan sao. Gan sao is down the center. Guat sao is over here on the yang line, excuse me. Yeah, so we're right over here, and then we come inside with tan, right back in. This motion comes from the elbow. Right here, okay? Later on in Chung Kyu, it comes from the wrist, but today we want the elbow to get used to this. Right here, very, very important. Right there. Then we do a low pec, and we circle around like this. This is one of the main changes in the form, and I'll explain why they look the way that they do. Then we do the lower line palm right here. This middle portion should be on the vertical midline right here, center of the body. This one is really, really important. Then you do the lao sao right here all the way up to the ear. Very, very important. You want to have a good arch, not like this, not like that. It's got to be nice and good. Then you do the circling hand right here at the top. Shoot the palm to the face, not to the chest, but to the face. And then you finish up right here with the Hyun San. You do the same thing on the other side, okay? Now, this one may look like it's not too much, but there's a lot of little detail and history in this one. So I'm going to show you the original one. Then I'm going to show you the one that I first learned, and I'm going to explain to you the differences between them and why they changed them, okay? So originally, Grandmaster Yip Man and Grandmaster Lung Ting, this is probably taught in Grandmaster Yip Man's 3rd stage of his training career, of his teaching career, and this is the one he taught Lung Ting originally. It starts right here, it goes down, it comes in right here, it comes back, it goes down, and that's the end of it. That was it, very, very simply. A lot of big motions missing from that. Now, the reason why that one is there is because originally this one right here was properly done, properly executed in terms of application. And I'll show you what I mean in a second. And then what came next was Taekwondo, karate back in the 70s. All of these things had a lot of high kicks. And so Grandmaster Lung Ting needed to modify this so that he can do lift-ups and scooping the kicks so he can teach it at a very young stage. So he put it in the Sudum Tao and he made it look like this. This is the first way I was taught it. Here, 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 up, and then right here, and then the palm came down, and then they finished it. Now, very, very good addition, and very, very important because they had to have the scooping kick motion to be able to practice it and have it in the blueprint, in the basic blueprint. The problem wasn't with this one, the problem was with this one, right, coming up right here and rising. If you do that motion up here, if somebody's hand is right here, imagine my opponent's hand is right here and you go like this and go down, that punch is going to hit you right in the face, so it doesn't make any sense. It was kind of like a give and take he put in there, but he lost something with it. So what Sifu Lee did was Sifu Lee added right here, this one back in, then the Laos out, then the high palm, because if you do a high palm after you do the circle, your face is protected. But if you do a low palm after the circle, well, dentist time. So it was really one of those things that is really, really important. But this section trains a lot of tight maneuvers. This circling hand, very, very tight. This one right here, very, very tight. Dealing with pressures. Not only that, but you have the defense for the kicks, for the high kicks, and about mid-range kicks right here. So this one deals a lot with that. Not only that, it teaches the positioning of the jump sao. Not necessarily the forward pressure for the jump sao, but that's done with this one right here all the time. But it teaches you the proper positioning of the elbow and the guat, the wiping arm right here. It teaches quite a bit of stuff. But these are very, very important and very, very vital to know, and also to know the history. So this is probably our longest one in terms of the explanations, but I am always very fascinated with history and how that all of these get put together and how they evolve. Every martial art should be evolving, and that is a very important part of Wing Chun. We have to not be strong, we have to not be fast, we have to be mostly adaptable. That's the key. And so this is all about adaptation. So I hope you enjoyed this one. We're finished with our third section, the way we divide it up in our school. And now we move on to our classical set number 7 and our fourth and final section. Thank you.